Hello, everybody. Welcome into Talking Fitchburg on this Wednesday, April 13th, 2022. Well, it's supposed to be a stormy night, and storms may or may not be passing through. We taped a little bit ahead of the evening, so I want to make sure you still are weather aware, depending when you are watching this. And note that after these storms pass tonight, it's going to be cold, and cold heading into the weekend with highs in the mid-40s and strong winds, too. So I'm sure it'll feel like more like the 30s. So bummer, but that's spring for you. Hopefully there'll be a warming trend to come. And I want to check on that drought status, too, because I think that's got to be getting better. We do have a busy show coming up for you today. We'll get you the latest headlines. We're going to talk about road construction. We'll check in, review the road construction projects happening this summer. I just talked to Andrew yesterday in person, and he says, we're getting close, Jeremy. I said, well, we're going to be coming to find you then, Andrew. Andrew McFadden, that is. Anyways, he'll be on the show with Bill Balke. And then we're going to check in with Chad Brecklin on our city administrator on what's happening in the city of Fitchburg. So a lot to get to. Let's start with some fun. An Easter egg scavenger hunt. Fitchburg Recreation Department having some fun this year. They've hidden some eggs across throughout the Fitchburg area in the parks. So it's your chance. Come solve the puzzle, the mystery, the message. And if you are able to find all the eggs and get the puzzle solved, you can come to the Recreation Department and pick up a prize. Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. Last chance to pick up that prize will be 4:30 p.m. on Friday, April 29th. Sounds so much fun there with that. All right, Teen Center Public Opinion Survey is open now through April 22nd. City is gathering feedback from the community on a potential teen center in the city's northwest corner, west of Verona Road. Head to the website, fitchburgwi.gov, to click on the link, and they're looking for your thoughts and opinions. And you can learn more about the project as well. Again, the survey closes on April 22nd. First-time home buyers. It's tough times, but still good seminars coming up here if you are interested. This is made for you. Purchasing a home is one of the biggest, most exciting decisions, and scary too. So to be ready, Weeda's got you covered here. I'll guide you towards your future home in 6 simple steps. You can attend one of our free first-time home buyer seminars. It's at the Weeda website. First one starts on May 4th. At 2 p.m. And I believe these all are virtual, so you can check that out and buy yourself your first home. Be awesome. Turning our attention back to upcoming events, Kids Building Wisconsin is sneaking up fast. This is scheduled for Saturday, May 14th. Starts at 9 a.m., runs through 3 p.m. at McKee Farms Park. They're back. They're ready to go. Over 40 exhibitors from all construction industry professionals, organizations, and local trades will be on hand. All exhibits and fun, interactive, and educational. I'm looking forward to taking my son to this year, and my daughter too. We're going to have a lot of fun with this. Kids Building Wisconsin takes place May 14th, 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. Some activities include boom lift rides, build a toolbox, and of course that giant sand pit. That's where I'm sure my son will hang out for sure. All right, that does it for our headlines. Coming up next, we're going to talk some road construction, learn what we have for projects coming up this summer in Fitchburg, and later we check in with our city administrator, Chad Brecklin. It's all on this edition of TF.
It takes all of us to slow the spread of the coronavirus, so follow guidance from authorities where you live and stay home unless absolutely necessary. Use a delivery service for essential items like food and medicine. If you must make essential trips, stay 6 feet apart from other people. Wear a cloth face covering and wash your hands for at least 20 seconds as often as possible. Visit coronavirus.gov for the latest information.
We're all just trying to keep things running for those who rely on us.
Ready!
That's why we don't have time to be sick with the flu. And especially this year, no one has time to get sick. Get a flu shot for yourself and those around you too.
Welcome back into Talking Fitchburg. Joining me from the Public Works Department, I got them both. I got Bill and I got Andrew. And they're both part of the Public Works Department. Gentlemen, welcome back to Talking Fitchburg. It's been a while. How you doing?
Good.
No comment.
Thanks for having us.
We're doing good. We're surviving and ready to start a new season of construction. The barrels are just about ready to bloom, so we thought we'd give you a little update.
Yeah, we want to make sure we're get the information out there as it is getting warmer. It's time to think about construction. I would like to say that, it's not going to be too bad this year, but there's still some big projects out there. So, Bill, as we go into this year, from a public works director standpoint, we've got big projects that we're going to go through, but construction season, will it start early? Do we get an early start this year because of the weather? Like, how does that play out when we're about ready to roll?
A lot of the projects that we have are still in, design or bidding stages right now. So we would be looking at, pushing that off more towards summer for the construction part of things. So nothing real urgent right away in the spring, unless Andrew wants to bring us up to speed on Hatchery Road, maybe.
Oh, we've got him lined up to talk about a lot of these projects. So other question would be, Bill, are we expecting any delays because of getting specific equipment for construction? I know we're not building any buildings per se, but would there be any delays that you would see as far as getting the stuff we need to do the road construction?
We haven't heard of any right now, but there's always that, possibility, like with materials, if we need water main or sewer pipe or things like that, that there might be some delays on that. There was some last year that we ran into some issues, but haven't heard of anything. It's just a lot more expensive, actually.
Yeah, I wasn't gonna talk too much on prices, but I assume some of the prices have gone up as well and will continue to do so. So we'll keep you up to date as those change, certainly. Andrew, bring you into the conversation here to go over some of the bigger projects. First one is Hatchery Road. Looks great, but still has some things to finish up yet.
Yep. So there's some kind of touch-up work that we need to do. There's also certainly some warranty work for anything that kind of goes wrong over the first year. And then we also have some pavement markings, that green pavement marking you've seen on McKee. We'll be doing that on Fish as well. So we're not exactly sure on timing yet. Those might all happen at the same time, kind of in the fall, or we might be kind of doing them separately. So to be determined on that, but we definitely have a few things to finish on the whole length of the project.
So you might see some construction barrels out there. You might see some minor work going on. That was all part of the plan.
Yep, that's right.
All right. How about Lacey Road? That's a big one.
Yeah, for sure. And it's actually kind of two sub projects. So we got Lacey basically from Fitchburg to the Badger State Trail, and then we have the Badger State Trail and the intersection there at Seminole and Lacey. So those will, right now the plan is to put those in one construction contract, but then we'd be mainly focusing on making sure that the intersection of Seminole and Lacey is open for when school comes back in September. So that will be a little bit quicker burn, making sure that stays open. So up through June, and then once school starts again. So definitely there's that. And then the intersection project itself. So we'll be doing the tree clearing ahead of the road project. That'll be coming up here in April and May. And then we're looking to bid that out in May. So we'll be looking at a late May or June start for that. So a lot of work on the west side there between, that Lacey, between Fitchburg and Seminole. And certainly, a lot of closures associated with that. So it'll be local traffic only. We have the quarries, we have residences over there. So we're certainly going to be careful of that. But I would say plan to steer clear of that area if you don't have to be over there this summer.
Yeah, and we'll continue to update folks as that project comes forward here. You'll get those updates here. We'll have to have you on the show, Andrew. I mean, there's no question about that for those updates. Same with Cyene Road. Cyene Road, some of that work started. There were stuff that happened last year, but tell us about Cyene Road this year.
Yeah, so Cyene, so that was all resurfacing water main south of Aurora, basically down, through Irish in that area. But now we're starting at that point and going north up to East Sherrill. And so we'll be starting that. Right now we're looking at September to basically get the road work done and then coming back in. So then the railroad can kind of improve the crossing there at Cyene and Lacey, and then we can finish up our signal work in the spring next year. We're still honing in on what that time frame is. It might start a little bit earlier, might start a little bit later, but that would be basically the time frame. And we also have work on Lacey there. So basically from Cyene, or just west of Cyene at the intersection, through over to the roundabout. So that will also be on construction, as well as East Sherrill in that general area. So again, feel, we have a lot of local business there, a lot of residences. We'll be maintaining local access as much as we can, but still, if you don't have to go over there this summer or in summer into fall, please find other routes, and we'll obviously have that stuff posted ahead of that time.
That's one of my routes to come to work, so I'm already upset with you, Andrew McFadden, but we'll continue on. Light work is our final discussions. The excuse me, lights at MM. Tell us about that project.
Yeah, so McCoy, so that is a WISDOT let project, or WISDOT kind of oversight project. So they'll be running that with the contractor, and so we'll, we're waiting to hear back from them, from the contractor, of when they're going to start that. But the idea would be, certainly early summer, that we'll have some temporary closures up there. The trail itself will remain open at all times, but there will be some, certainly on McCoy, we'll have some right turn only on there. So we'll be redirecting folks around that area as well. Yep.
That is the other part that I take. So you've just made my day there, buddy boy. Moving on, and we'll continue. All joking aside here, we'll update you on those projects. Andrew, look forward to having you on there. Bill, turning to some of the more ongoing projects that we take care of each and every year, your chip sealing and your resurfacing projects. What do you know?
Nothing.
Not a darn thing.
No,
They'll be done.
I love to just leave you with that. But no, actually, we've been working on a number of streets that we wanted to get into the program for resurfacing. We don't have a finalized list yet. We're kind of finalizing that and don't want to release it until we know we're confident on which streets we want to include in there. But we do have a number of streets that we're going to be including for resurfacing, which would be, taking off the surface of the road, repairing curb and gutter in the area, and then putting down the new asphalt surface. That just wanted to let people know that those areas that do have curb and gutter replacement, that is part of the city's program to assess part of the cost back to the property owner. The city picks up 50% of the cost of the curb and gutter up to 40 feet. And then, or I should say, beyond 40 feet and beyond, I guess property owners aren't going to be charged any more than 40 feet of that at 50%. Anyway, we're finalizing that list, and it is kind of dependent on if we get any grants. If we do get grants, we're able to allocate more of the money that we had for those grant areas into the resurfacing. So, it's kind of we're hoping to get these grants and we can get more streets done, but we've got a list, and I would say probably within the next couple of weeks we can publish that. The chip sealing part of things, we do have that contract pretty much wrapped up, ready to go out for bid. So this is our chip sealing program for 2022, and what chip sealing is you put down a layer of oil, and then you put down some small granular material, some stone material over that, so that it gives you traction. But really what we're trying to do is maintain and preserve our pavements that are out there. And it's a lot less expensive to go in and do the chip sealing and resurfacing than it is to go in and reconstruct a road. So every time we do these chip sealings and crack fillings, it does preserve our pavement life, and we're doing that, for the longevity of the road, so we don't have to do the major reconstructions very often. So this is our program for 2022. We'll share that with Jeremy. You can put it up on his website. I'm sure he loves doing that. And we're looking at, roads like Lacey Road that was constructed in 2012. So we try to do these every, 7 to 9 years out there. Sub-Zero Parkway doing some chips or some crack filling. Some areas like Button Bush Circle and Bantry Lane. Those are just some places that got missed the last time we did it. So we're completing those. And then the other big one is McCoy Road. So basically that's what we've got out there for construction. Typically they do it once the weather starts warming up in May or June. So that's what we got for this year.
Fantastic. Yeah, we will share that information out and we'll be talking with you guys throughout the summer, getting updates from there. But I wanted to get ahead of this, nice weather. You start thinking about all of those summer activities, including construction. So wanted to get that info out there. I appreciate both of your times. If people do want to stay connected with the projects, everything associated with road construction that we've talked about today, where can they find that, guys?
I don't know. FitchburgWI.gov.
Oh my gosh, Bill, we talked about this.
It's been a while. I think that's what you told me last time.
Oh my gosh, he's a smart aleck, that one. Maybe I should have just asked Andrew McFadden to give us the real info here. You've got all your projects, Andrew, updated on the website under projects and engineering, so you can we can find more information there.
Yep. Departments, Public Works, Engineering, Construction, and we'll certainly be sending out, we have a few lists for some of our road projects, so we'll be sending out notifications when we start getting closer, once we have contractors ready to go. So
perfect. All right, gentlemen, thank you both very much. Happy construction season. Bill, we're gonna have to have a conversation off here.
Awesome.
Yeah, he's like, oh, great. All right, we'll take a quick break and we'll continue talking Fitchburg in just a moment.
After you joined our family, it was like, I really do feel complete now.
Our hearts are made stronger by how we treat others.
Put her there.
The light you share can impact those around you, but so can the darkness.
Later, twerps.
Did Pete saying mean things bother ya?
So when you reach out to another person, take a moment to consider how they will feel and let your heart be the key to making a difference. Because of you, someone's entire day, year, or even life can change.
In every heart, there's hope.
Brandon met a girl on a dating app. He finally found the courage to ask her out. No answer. He started to panic. Was he being...
Hey, sorry I didn't respond. I was driving.
She must be a keeper.
Welcome back into Talking Fitchburg. Joining me today is your city administrator, Chad Brecklin. Chad, welcome back to the show. How you doing?
I'm doing well, Jeremy. How about you?
I don't know. I sound like a baseball announcer when I call you in. Chad Brecklin. Maybe you need like walk-up music too. We can arrange that if you want.
Yeah, some walk-up music would be nice. And if you want to, treat me like I'm some sort of sports professional, I'm good with that.
Are you into baseball at all, Chad? I don't even know. I know you're a football guy, but baseball?
I mean, I do pay attention to the Brewers, but in all honesty, 162 game season is a long haul. So I kind of check in and check out at various points in the season. So I'm sure, the baseball purists who might be listening are cringing at that statement, but yeah, like I said, I certainly am a fan of the Brewers and pay attention during the season, but I'm not tuning into every single game.
That's fine. I'm with you. I'm the same way. I'll check in early, check out, check back in, and that's does it okay with me. So, all right. Well, we're not here to learn about Brewers from you today. We're here to talk about some other things in the city, and we're going to jump right into Town of Madison update. Postcards recently went out to residents that will be coming into the city of Fitchburg, but we've scheduled an important open house meeting coming up.
Yeah, we have April 28th at 6:30 over at the Courts Health Building, Administrative Building on Novation Parkway. We are having our first public information meeting for our Town of Madison residents and business owners who are, as you mentioned, going to become residents of the city of Fitchburg and our business owners within the city of Fitchburg on October 31st of this year. It's obviously a great opportunity for folks to learn a little bit more about the services the city of Fitchburg offers, ask some questions, and then also meet representatives from a variety of different departments here within the city of Fitchburg.
Chad, this just doesn't happen every day where, a city attaches to another city. And maybe for folks not familiar, just a short piece so people know, for residents of Fitchburg and residents to be Fitchburg, where are we talking about?
Yeah, so you are right. In fact, I think we're learning from our friends at the state that this may be the first situation in which a town has been attached to two municipalities at the same time. In the past, it has happened where a town has attached to one municipality. But obviously with two municipalities involved, it does create a whole host of considerations and issues. How do you divide assets and liabilities of the town as it exists when it ultimately, and then when it dissolves? How do you continue to provide services to the residents in a seamless manner? How do you do things like reassess properties or send out tax bills or utility bills, sewer rates and property tax rates, and inventorying infrastructure like park shelters and park facilities and roadways conditions? There are a lot of issues that need to be addressed. And in fact, I gave an update recently at the city council meeting that I think it was somewhere around 227 individual questions, items, or issues need to be addressed across all of the departments here in the city of Fitchburg as it relates to absorbing or attaching the town of Madison here coming up in about 6 months. So a lot of considerations. And as you've mentioned, there's really no playbook for this.
Yeah, and behind the scenes, Chad, this has been in the works. City staff has spent quite a bit of time trying to organize and get ready to answer all questions. But if residents do have questions, or future residents alike have questions, how can they find out more information at this time ahead of the meeting? And then certainly we're going to share some great stuff coming up down the road as well. But what can they do to find some info now?
Yeah, absolutely. There's a couple of different options in particular, but we have a Town of Madison landing page on our website with a whole host of frequently asked questions where folks can take a look at least the questions that we've been posed to this point, or that we anticipate folks will have. Many of those answers are there. That also on our website will also provide information just in general about the city services that are provided here in Fitchburg. And that website information can be translated into other languages. One of particular interest may be Spanish. There's some instructions on how to do that on our website as well. So at least some basic translation has taken place for folks who may prefer to read it in a language such as Spanish. And then additionally, you can always reach out to city staff either by calling the clerk's office at 4200 and posing a particular question about the town, and they can route you in that direction, or reaching out to me or Lisa Sanford, our city's executive assistant, via email would also be another way in which you could potentially pose a question. And between the two of us, we can route your question to where it may be most appropriately answered.
Yeah, and we got a lot of fun events coming up. We're going to be announcing those here at the open house. So a lot to come on that, but thank you for the update there.
Yeah, before you move on to the next topic, Jeremy, I do just want to thank you and Lisa for all the efforts that the two of you have put into this public information meeting, as well as just our overall communications and outreach plan. It's a team effort, and you two in particular have stepped up on this topic, and appreciate all the work that you and your crew is doing.
Yeah, it's been a fun, a lot of work, but a fun experience at that, because it's better to understand what residents want information. So it's kind of interesting. It's once in a lifetime experience, I think, for sure. So taking it at all seriousness, it's a lot of work, and we have a lot of great information to share out there, and we hope to reach as many residents as possible during this time. And even if we don't get you the first time, the second time, the third time, we're still going to be here for you. And I think that's the most important thing at the end of the day. Now, and it does stay in the Town of Madison area here. We're going to talk a little bit about elections. We just had election recently, but we will be changing things up a little bit coming up. Tell us what you know.
Yeah, obviously, we just had our April 5th election here in the city and throughout the state of Wisconsin. As was anticipated. Turnout was generally relatively low. I think we were in the low 20% for turnout, generally speaking, across the city. And as elections will obviously continue to be a part of our future operations here and taking on the Southdale neighborhood within the town of Madison, we do have some polling locations that we'll be looking to identify with the intent of adding a 5th location that will help put a polling location into Northeast Fitchburg that would be either in the Southdale neighborhood coming into the town, or at least in Northeast Fitchburg as it exists today. That would be much more convenient for our Northeast area residents to be reaching their polling location versus traveling here to the City Hall or City Center area. And then one other bit of information that I have shared with the council recently is that our District 1 polling location at Little John's will not be available in the upcoming August primary and November general election due to ongoing remodeling plans and projects there at that location. So definitely some changes as it relates to polling locations. The city will be sure to communicate any changes in polling locations as they relate to our registered voters, and also be sure to include that information on our website as well.
Yeah, it's we'll keep you up to date on that. And a special thanks to Chad, to all the election inspectors and our clerk's department, continuing to provide the best services when it comes to our elections.
Absolutely. Yes. Thank you for that, Jeremy. Certainly our city clerk, Tracy Oldenburg, her team here at the city of Fitchburg in the clerk's department. And as you also mentioned, all of our election workers that all dedicate their time, energy to ensuring that our elections are done in a fair, equitable, and secure manner. A lot of work goes on behind the scenes by Tracy and her crew that really ensures that we have a really solid election process here in the city. And, we're lucky to have folks who are willing to do this work. It's often quite challenging, often goes on behind the scenes, and sometimes may not get the recognition it deserves.
Absolutely. Yes, they do a great job. Second to nobody here in the city of Fitchburg. No, we appreciate every election worker and clerk's department across the state, but we certainly got a great group here in Fitchburg. Chad, we ran out of time. We appreciate it. We'll check back in with you next month and ask you about tennis.
Sounds great. I look forward to it.
All right. Chad Brecken, your city administrator. You gotta have a little fun when you have the admin on, for sure.
Could be Wimbledon time at that point.
Oh, don't you even start with me.
No, that's summer. That's summer.
Yeah,
probably French
there you
Open.
go. You blew it.
It'd be French Open time.
Oh my gosh. That guy right there, city administrator Chad Brecken, we'll check back in with him next month. And take a quick break. More to come. You're watching Talking Fitchburg.
See on page 4 that the projections need to be flood. Next Thursday?
Seriously? Thursday? Can't do that.
This is really inconvenient.
I have yoga that day. I have no time for this. So. I can't do Thursday, but I can do Friday.
Disasters don't plan ahead. You can. Talk to your loved ones about how you're going to be ready in an emergency. Don't wait. Communicate.
Severe weather can strike anytime, anywhere, but there's a simple way to stay safe. Hey, Jim Cantori here. I stay safe in dangerous weather by planning ahead. You can stay safe too with a few easy steps. Build an inexpensive kit with supplies for your family's needs. Write down important information like phone numbers and medications. Always talk with your family, and remember any pets in your planning. Be ready, be safe. Start your plan today at ready.gov/plan.
Welcome back into Talking Fitchburg, wrapping up the show for today. We want to thank Bill Balke and our friend Andrew McFadden helping us with the construction update. We'll have construction updates happening real soon as the construction season starts. And of course, Chad Brecken, our city administrator, appreciate his time. And I love when he starts to have some fun at the end there. And he is a big sports fan, folks. If you didn't know it, now you do. As we wrap up, remember you can stay connected with Fact TV. It's all right there.